Good morning. I'm Alan Scholl, a member of the Board of Trustees. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers joining us today. Welcome to all of you here and to all our friends joining us online. We are glad that you are here, no matter the journey that brought you here. Please join us for coffee and snacks after the service in the room across the hall. Together, we strive to nurture a loving community that supports us in our individual spiritual growth and empowers us to work for justice in the world. Every voice and every heart is welcome and enriches our community. Whoever you are, whomever you love, whatever your journey or personal circumstance, you are welcome here. In today's worship, we will be led by Yvette McDonald, our Congregational Care Coordinator, the MLUC Band, David Brown, Jody Brown, Anna, Teresa, and Michael Zink, and Jay Wiley, and our Worship Associate, Tina Adams. And as always, thank you to our wonderful media services team. Now, please join me in reciting our mission statement. Together, we transform lives through love, service, and our welcoming faith.
Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. Little darling, the smile's returning to the faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. Sun, 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 here it comes. 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 Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, I say it's all right. It's all right.
In faith, together, we light this small scrap of light, symbol of Grandfather Sun's enormous power. whose energy burns so brightly in summer, catapulting the leaves and vines, vegetables and flowers and fruits to astonishing size, lengths and heights, spilling over the tops of cages, walls, and trellises, delighting and nourishing all beings. We bask in the warmth and the heat of these days with lightened hearts and quickened senses, in gratitude and in faith. Now please rise in body or in spirit as we sing our opening hymn, number 66 from our gray hymnal, When the Summer Sun is Shining.
Thank you, that was beautiful. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers that are here and are joining us online, and happy Father's Day to all those that are father figures. And happy summer solstice. Today, as we gather as community to celebrate life, joy, and wonder, and the poetry of Mary Oliver, who is often considered the unofficial poet laureate of Unitarian Universalist. Did you know there are 3 of her poems in the back of our hymnal? Were you all? Yeah, good. And she served as the Ware lecturer at our General Assembly back in 2006. Dr. Victoria Weinstein noted on her Peace Bang blog that a woman named Marcia recently commented on a post asking Unitarian Universalists about the prevalence of Mary Oliver's poetry in our worship services. Marcia said, "All I know is that when people ask me if we read from the Bible during worship services, I say yes, but not as often as we read Mary Oliver." So today, as we welcome summer, it feels fitting to bring Mary Oliver's voice into our multi-generational summer solstice service today. Let us both watch and listen together to a video that will be streaming shortly, and hearing Mary Oliver read The Summer Day.
Who made the world? Who made the swan and the black bear? Who made the grasshopper? This grasshopper, I mean, the one who has flung herself out of the grass, the one who is eating sugar out of my hand, who is moving her jaws back and forth instead of up and down, who is gazing around with her enormous and complicated eyes. Now she lifts her pale forearms and thoroughly washes her face. Now she snaps her wings open and floats away. I don't know exactly what a prayer is. I do know how to pay attention, how to fall down into the grass, how to kneel down in the grass, how to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I have been doing all day. Tell me, what else should I have done? Doesn't everything die at last and too soon? Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?
Thank you. Now, as we let Mary Oliver's words settle within us, I invite us into a meditative moment of joyful play. Around the room, you will soon find colorful beach balls. And when the music begins, I invite you to gently throw the balls in the air and keep them afloat, moving about the room. The goal is to keep the balls afloat for as long as possible, for as long as the music plays. And when the music stops, which we will have no idea when the music will stop, let the balls come to a rest just for a moment, so we may take a quiet breath together, noticing how you feel in your body and in your spirit. So let us embrace this playful meditation as we welcome the energy of summer. Can we get some balls over here to this side of the room as well? And maybe over there in the back as well? One more. All right, thank you. Thank you, Judy, for that. It was beautiful. It was great. Thank you. So, this summer day, how did that land for you in your as a meditative play and relaxation? You know, it doesn't cost much just to breathe. It doesn't cost anything to laugh and share in good community with friends and those that you love. Thank you. Lilia?
Each month, we donate half of our collection to a nonprofit organization in need. The recipient of MLUC's offering outreach for June is Eastern Pennsylvania Trans Equity Project. Now, please welcome Lilia Weber, member of our MLUC community and vice chair on the board of this worthy organization.
Good morning, everyone. Again, I am deeply grateful and joyous that we are here to be able to share our offering with Eastern Pennsylvania Trans Equity Project. And as Tina said, I'm the vice chair of the board there, as well as the welcoming congregation team here. Unanimously, with me abstaining, selected this offering to be passed off to the offering outreach committee, and it was selected for this month of June, except for the first Sunday of month, which was Music Sunday. So jump right to the mission of, there we go. The mission of EPTEP, and that is the abbreviation for Eastern Pennsylvania Trans Equity Project, now I'll just say EPTEP from now on, is to have trans people thrive in Pennsylvania, and those that love them, their families, their spouses, their significant others, all the above. We do this to build community and promote justice, and we serve 42 counties in Pennsylvania, pretty much from the Delaware to the Susquehanna, and then a little bit further. I'll be like the weather person here. And that covers a region that's like 8 million people and 60% of the Pennsylvania Commonwealth. And how do we do these services, and what do we do to do that? So we have a number of supporting services that include 25 peer support groups, both that's in person as well as online, and they're scattered throughout that region on the map that I showed. And we do it with mentoring, info line communication, as well as resource listing. So if somebody's trans or just trying to figure themselves out, we have a complete directory, if you will, of connections to connect to therapy, medical care, support groups that even outside of our organization, we just want people to have the resources they can find them. We do it with advocacy, and that to create systemic change, and that includes community events, TDOV, or Transgender Day of Visibility, TDOR, which is Transgender Day of Remembrance. I like to call it Transgender Day of Remembrance and Resilience. We do pride programs, and I was there at Chester County Pride with one t-shirt, and at the MLUC with a different t-shirt yesterday, and that was fantastic in Phoenixville yesterday if you were there, and I know a few of you were. We do policy development at the state level, as well as legislative action and talking to representatives of impacts to trans folks. We do education and awareness, and that's trans topics workshops, medical schools. We do help train medical students graduating up, so they're comfortable with trans people, and there's not a stiltness about it. We do education, both corporate and government, corporations, and in businesses, like I said. And we also do empowerment grants and scholarships. We do, I think we gave about 25 scholarships to trans folks this past year, and that was whether they're going to a 2-year school, a 4-year school, or a trade school. Again, it's such that they can thrive in their own lives. And then we have a number of different empowerment things like such as legal name change, transition clothing, and another one that's become more impactful in the recent years is basic needs, and that is helping cover emergency rent, utilities, and food, because we want to keep folks in their homes such that they can find their next job and sustain themselves and not be put into that sliding risk scale. We also did workforce development. So last year, we impacted the lives of about 6,000 individuals through these programs that I've just kind of listed. And this year, we have already helped 200 individuals with name change, provided about 1,000 meals, and gifted life-giving grants and life-changing and life-saving financial assistance totaling about $70,000 to about 138 trans folks and counting. I mean, this number is from a month and a half ago. So it is this last part that I was talking about, is this growing need within the community, and its magnitude is measured by their impact of a marginalized society. And I feel it aligns really well with the MLUC mission to combat housing insecurity. So here are some of the quotes from past clients, and I read a few of them last week, so I'll switch to a different set. Thank you so much. Your help came so fast that instantly started crying and I couldn't stop. I appreciate everything this program has done for me. Your help has been amazing, and I must have done something right in the world to deserve the kindness. And this was a rent assistance client. A utility assistance client said, "Thank you so incredibly much. This means the world to me, and I can't even put into words how much this will help. Thank you. Thank you guys for everything you do." And the last one, I'll just say, is a name change client. "I want to thank you so much. I really appreciate the organization's help. Words have no way to express how the way this has helped me. My son and I are both truly grateful." So the work of EPTEP is aligned with UU principles of the inherent worth and dignity of every person, justice, equity, and compassion in human relations, the free and responsible search for truth and meaning, and the right of conscience and the use of the democratic process in society at large, as well as all the UU values of justice, equity, transformation, pluralism, interdependence, and generosity. This organization is large. I say generosity because this organization is largely run by a volunteer team, and including all the people that were at Chester County Pride just yesterday. The Eastern Pennsylvania Trans Equity Project thanks Mainline Unitarian Universalist Church for selecting EPTEP as the offering outreach, and the offering now will be greatly received. Thank you so much. So if you are here, the ushers, please bring baskets forward, and if you're home, online, or want to do a cashless donation, please follow the prompts on the screen. Thank you so much.
Maybe give me insight between black and white. And the best thing that you've ever done for me is to help me take my life less seriously. It's only life after all. Well, darkness has a hunger that's insatiable, and lightness has a call that's hard to hear. And I wrap my fear around me like a blanket. I sailed my ship of safety till I sank it. I'm crawling on your shores. I went to the doctor, I went to the mountains, I looked to the children, I drank from the fountains. There's more than one answer to these questions. Point performance. He said he could see through me. I spent 4 years prostrate to the higher mind. Got my paper and I was free. I went to the doctor, I went to the mountains, I looked to the children, I drank from the fountains. There's more than one answer to these questions, pointing me in a crooked line. And the less I seek my source for some definitive, closer I am to find. Yeah, closer I am to find. I stopped by the bar at 3 a.m. to seek solace in a bottle or possibly a friend. And I woke up with a headache like my head against a board, twice as cloudy as I'd been the night before, and I went in seeking clarity. I went to the doctor, I went to the mountains, I looked to the children, I drank from the fountains. We go to the doctor, we go to the mountains, we look to the children, we drink from the fountains. Yeah, we go to the Bible, we go to the workout, we read up on revival, we stand up for the lookout. There's more than one answer to these questions, pointing me in a crooked line. And the less I seek my source for some definitive, closer I am to find. Closer I am to find. Closer I am to find. Yeah.
Candles of Community is our weekly ritual of sharing and support for friends and members of our congregation. After we light each candle, we join together with these intentional words: we hold you in our hearts. Diana Roberts lights a candle of remembrance for her husband, Craig Roberts, who died on June 21st, the day before the 45th wedding anniversary of his marriage to Diana. Diana says, Craig loved this church and all it stands for. For Craig's memory and for Diana, we hold you in our hearts. We light a candle of celebration and gratitude for all fathers, current and past, including the founding fathers of our country. And we hold you in our hearts. We also light a candle for all of your joys, concerns, or sorrows that are too deep for words, and hold you in our hearts.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows, and what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions and only illusions. Rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered when wished on the morning star? the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. La da da dee da da da, la da 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 dee da da da.
Can we just give another hand of applause to the MLUC band? That is amazing. The summer solstice signals more than just the start of summer. It brings lush green trees, an abundance of fresh fruits and vegetables, and it also marks June's longest day and shortest night here in the Northern Hemisphere. With the arrival of this special day, it's the perfect moment to pause, to reflect, and to celebrate the unique beauty and profound connection nature that connects our sanctuary here today. Our building was designed with intention and reverence for the sun's journey during the summer solstice. And Roderick Wolfson, a member of MLUC, assisted with the design of the architect here of our main meeting room and contributed to shaping this sacred space. And because of this thoughtful collaboration for the summer solstice, light shines directly on the wall. Roderick, do you mind coming up explaining? I had it all written out, and then I talked with Roderick, and what I had written and what Roderick told me did not really match. So this is a little impromptu, and that's what we love, that we can do this. Do you mind sharing a little bit more directly? Yeah, that's great, thank you.
So the window up here, as the sun gets higher, when it's lower in the sky, it shines against the vertical surface. But at its highest point, you'll see by the end of the service, the shaft of light is going to follow the diagonal all the way down the front wall. And it's only at the solstice and the week or two before and after that the sun is high enough that instead of shining at the vertical surface opposite the window, the sun's high enough and we'll get a shaft by the end of the surface down the front wall. So it's sort of a fun celebration.
Much better said than me just saying the light comes down here on the side. So this inspiring moment reminds us of the harmony between humans, creativity, and the rhythms of the natural world, inviting us to pause together in awe with gratitude. This sacred interplay of light and architecture beautifully sets the stage for our multi-generational summer solstice celebration today. We draw inspiration from Mary Oliver's beloved poem, The Summer Day. Our service brings together MLUC members from our youngest children to our elders to share their perspective and wisdom. As we honor the longest day of the year and the light that fills the space, we also celebrate the light within each of us and the continuity of our community across generations. Members of all ages were invited to reflect on Mary Oliver's poem and ponder the question, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? Now I would like to invite up Miles Kaplan to share what he plans to do with his one wild and precious life.
What I plan to do with my wild, precious life is I want to be a good person by donating to nonprofit businesses, and I want to find a cure to most sicknesses, and I want to get good grades. And I want to do all the hobbies I do now later in my life. My hobbies are skateboarding, art, and sports. And I want to go to Turkey because I like to explore.
Next, I would like to invite Aubrey Kaplan up to share what they are going to do and tell us about their one wild and precious life. Do you want to hold it? Yeah, okay. Okay, so hold it for you?
Yeah. So what I want to be able to do with my one wild and precious life is I want to be able to make sure that all my friends, all my family, all the people I love are always going to be cared for and loved. And I also want to make sure all my friends and family and all I love are always going to be in a place where they are accepted for who and what they are.
I would like to invite Donna Feltman up to share. What would you like to do?
Right here.
Perfect. There you go.
I've never been up here before.
Oh, well, welcome.
This is cool. Hi. This wonderful moment finds me moving again. Not dancing, just, moving. Next week. And I'm only moving a few miles away. And for fun, I recently decided to add up all of the times that I have moved. And this move will be number 17 in this precious life. And it will be my 7th time living in the zip code 1907, too. And so that's a lot of 7s. And it's Narberth and Penn Valley, in case you don't know. Quite honestly, I feel a little like a gypsy. My favorite shape is a spiral, and I feel like my life moves that way, often coming around to the familiar, each time with new eyes, clearer, wiser, stronger. And this time there's a bonus because I get a swimming pool and I love the water. And I love summertime because I'm a teacher and it's my me time. And I feel like I earned it. So, hang on because I just pressed the wrong button. One more time. So far this summer, I've taken 2 trips. On the first trip, I traveled the furthest from my home that I've ever been before, and that was to the Olympic Peninsula in the state of Washington, where I experienced my niece's lovely wedding, the largest trees I've ever seen, hot mineral springs, lavender fields, and a dormant volcano, Mount Rainier. The second trip took me further west in Pennsylvania than I've ever been before, to Somerset County, where I experienced falling water. That's the Frank Lloyd Wright home. Waterfalls, I was literally in the waterfall, hiking the mountaintops and biking by the river. And I plan to keep up these types of wild and precious adventures as long as I physically can. But looking ahead, a few weeks after my move, prayers to the universe, I'll be welcoming my precious second grandchild and plan to spend the rest of the summer with my son and his family in Virginia, helping them to care for the soon-to-be 2-year-old granddaughter and the new baby. Just the other day, while contemplating what to say today, I had a flashback of a childhood memory of mine. My parents had a poem hanging in their bedroom by Susan Pullis Schutz. It's called Come Into the Mountains. And the line that popped into my head was, watch the clouds spontaneously forming patterns and try to do that with your life. There's the gypsy theme again. So for today, I'm grateful for the freedom that I have and this moment to share the piece of my life with you. Thank you.
I'd like to invite Kathy Landay up to share next. Would you like to be here? Okay.
I haven't been up here for a while. So, in 8 days, I'll be 82. So I already know what I did with my wild and precious life, at least a lot of it. But I'll tell you a few snippets from as long ago as I can remember. When I was 4.5, my brother Ken was born. I really, really, really wanted a sister. So I spent most of his early years being mad at him. But as an aside, Ken and I are really cool now. In 1956, I was in middle school. This was when it was common to separate the boys and the girls for a little talk. My female teacher gave this advice to all the girls. Make sure you get an education because you never know when you will have to support yourself. I think her words that day may have been the beginnings of feminism for me. And it became true later in my life. I never forgot that, really. During my 20s, I finished college at Ohio State and got married at age 22. Too young. My first child, Jennifer, was born when I was 24, and my second child, Ted, was born 2.5 years after that. Being a parent is one of the hardest and best things I have ever done. Between 1970 and 1980, our family moved to Rochester, New York. That was a tough transition. The sun came out on July 4th, and if you missed it, too bad. In the early 1980s, after moving here to Pennsylvania, my husband and I decided that we needed to divorce. I became a single mom with 2 teenage kids. And I was teaching, so I did have income. Thank you very much, Mrs. Choate. My energies were directed to my children, of course, but also my job as a special education teacher. Dating was also part of the picture, and that was where I learned to expect the unexpected. Ask me later about that. In 1989, I married my husband, Mert. The second time around seems to have worked much better. Mert and I have been a better fit personality-wise. He and I met through the Philadelphia Sailing Club, where we began to have many adventures. We sailed the Greek islands, Mallorca in Spain, Tahiti, Thailand, and the west coast of Turkey. We later bought a house up at Elk Mountain in Pennsylvania and spent the winters skiing. Something I had never imagined myself doing, actually. But I took ski lessons every weekend, all day Saturday and Sunday. We got to skip the lines, and I learned to ski. After retirement, when we were able to ski in many different places in the world, including Zermatt, Switzerland, there, when we woke up in the morning, pulled the curtains open from the hotel, and looked out at the Matterhorn. Pretty spectacular. After 27 years of working with children and families who were struggling, I took my retirement when I was 58. And the greatest parts of retirement for me have been, speaking of grandchildren, someone mentioned grandchildren before, I got to watch both my granddaughters be born in a birthing tub at home with a doula. That was one of the greatest highlights of my life. And I got to hold them right away. And I went to the West Coast a lot, and those trips have paid off for me because despite the geographic distance, I have a closeness with each of them as they move into their early 20s. Very, very precious to me. Joining MLC in retirement was also a highlight, and later working with the Afghan family as the English tutor. One thing I learned about Afghan families is that if you help them, you become part of the family. And the other highlight of my retirement has been spending 15 years learning Qigong and Tai Chi. Along the way, I earned my black sash and became Sifu, which means teacher. I very much plan to keep connections and adventures rolling. Who knows? I may have a long time left. And who knows what's around the next corner. A few mottos I live by now. When the going gets tough, the tough go a little slower. Always trust your gut. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. And there is joy in every day if you pay attention.
The last person I'd like to invite up is Norma Winther. And she's going to share with us what she has done and what she plans to do with her wild and precious life. Do you want to stand up here? Okay.
Good morning. I have a problem with the future tense implied in Mary Oliver's quote. My days are measured in teaspoons. I also have a problem with a wild life. Getting the day started is about as wild as it gets for me. So at this time in my life, what is my life plan? I engage in reverie. I look back to what I have done for myself, for my family, for my friends, for my students, and beyond, both the good and the bad. I attempt to examine who I have been: a timid child, a self-conscious adolescent, a proud adult woman, a willing daughter, a happy wife, a loving mother, a dedicated teacher, an empathetic counselor, an almost birthright UU, a willing retiree, a reluctant senior citizen, an unhappy widow, and a wisdom-seeking old crone. Dare I add, an ardent Democrat. I cannot change the past, though there are some things I would like to have been able to change. Mary Oliver refers to our lives as precious. Yes, this I can certainly relate to. As my days wind down, each one holds special value, and I feel the pressure to make each day count. I've always engaged in learning and teaching, and I do believe I have spent my years doing both. In fact, I have defined living as learning and teaching. And so, Mary Oliver, my plan is to continue learning and teaching right to the MLUC Memorial Garden.
That was beautiful. Thank you, each and every one of you, for being brave and for sharing your wisdom with all of us today. And as we begin to close, I'd like to invite you to stand in mind, body, or spirit as we sing our closing hymn, 128, For All That Is Our Life. Thank you. You may be seated. As we extinguish the chalice today, may the light of love remain in your heart and guide your acts of kindness and service. Life may not always be easy. It has its challenges. But may you find strength and wisdom to move forward with courage. Let us all remember to live our lives to the fullest, to be brave, honor all beings, and ask yourself, what will you do with your one wild and precious life? And now, as we carry the spirit of today forward, let's embrace the sunshine ahead, literally and figuratively, as we listen to our postlude, Walking on Sunshine.